Good morning and welcome. I'm Celeste and this is my YouTube channel, Celeste Creates. Today is Wednesday, December 11th, 2024. We're almost to the end of the year. And I'm here for FlossTube number 80. It has been a whole month, and exactly a month. I filmed exactly 4 weeks ago in November, and we've just been busy, and I haven't been able to make it back here to film another video, and but I'm here. Hopefully, I don't know that I'll get another one in before Christmas at all, but for sure towards the end of the year or the beginning of the next year I will be back, and we will do a whip parade and all the good stuff, and show you some haul if I get any from Christmas. I did put some things on my Christmas list with some I told my husband I put lots of reelies next to them. I really would like this, so we'll see if I get any other reelies. But anyway, I am back. I am so glad that you are here with me. If you are new to my channel, then welcome. I'm so glad you're here. I'm glad you stopped by for this little chat. I can't believe it's been 80 videos later, plus some others here and there, I'm sure, for other things. And for those of you who have been with me for a while or who've been with me from the beginning, welcome. It's just great to have you here. I love all your comments. Even when I don't do a giveaway, I love reading your comments, and it's so very enjoyable. And I feel like I've just made so many wonderful friends through this crazy thing we call FlossTube. So it is December 11th. Thanksgiving came and went, and we had a good one. I was sick. I'm still sick, I think. No, I'm not still sick. I'm still just coughing. Okay. So, yeah, it's just been a lot happening in the last month, and it's actually kind of, I've done a lot of sewing and stitching, but at the same time I feel like, oh, have I gotten anything done? Maybe more like my wheels are spinning, but it's all good. I've been having fun doing stuff, and so I guess I'll fill you in. Right after I last filmed, I had plans to go up to College Station in Texas here. My son, it's about 2 hours away. He's at Texas A&M. He's in the Corps of Cadets. And so we had bought tickets for that football game. I think it was November 17th or something like that. And so we went up there for the barbecue, and we were ready to go watch the marching and go to the game. And I didn't get to go. So we had gone to the barbecue, and as I was coming, I'd gone to go to the bathroom, and my son's kind of part of his, not dorm, but there's another building attached to his dorm. And as I came out, and we'd gone down the steps and walking along the sidewalk, and this piece of concrete just had my name written all over it, and it changed and it got unlevel, so my foot just kind of went off the edge of the where it was not level, and I sprained my ankle. My husband was walking next to me. I blamed it on him because I said if he'd been walking a little bit further, to his right, then I would have been too, and I wouldn't have hit that spot and fallen. So it was ultimately my husband's fault that I fell. But he said, yeah, he says, you went down. I thought you were going to get back up, but you didn't. So it hurt pretty bad. It didn't turn out to be a horrible sprain, but I'm still dealing with it. It had gotten better last week. I felt like I was doing pretty well. And then I was making my bed, and, just kind of caught my foot on the edge, or like a corner of the quilt that goes on our bed was kind of there. Caught my foot on it, didn't fall, didn't trip, but it was just enough to catch my foot, or in the same foot in the right way or the wrong way. And so now it's back to hurting and looking funky again, but anyway, it'll get there. I'm sure I'll be dealing with it for the next 5 years, because as the doctors say, well, you are getting older, right? Or at your age, ... Anyway, so that, and then the day before Thanksgiving, I got some sort of upper respiratory thing, and so I spent most of, I was fine. We still had Thanksgiving and everything, but like coughed a bunch, and at some point I coughed so much that I like bruised a rib or something, but that's better now. But I still feel like I'm kind of coughing, so I don't know. We're just kind of going about our business. But we had a great Thanksgiving. All the kids were home. We got to decorate the tree on the evening of Thanksgiving. My son's girlfriend came to and did that with us. That was really fun. And it's just been busy. Felt like everybody left and we had other things we needed to do. And so Christmas decorating has taken me a while. I actually just finally finished the last things yesterday, which is fine because right now it's technically really Advent. It's not Christmas yet in the church. Christmas doesn't start until Christmas. So it's technically still Advent. So I'm not behind. But it just takes a while. So I discovered I love decorating. I love decorating for Christmas. There was a little, there's a artist, her name is Sandra Boynton, and she has these cute little animals, and she has little children's books and calendars and things like that, and I follow her on Instagram because I just like her little characters. And there was a little picture today that said something like, if it doesn't move, decorate it, right? And I just feel that way, like every little corner downstairs has something. And it was funny, it was one of my kids' little friends, or they were here for class that I teach, and I was like, yeah, I still got more to put up. This was last week, and she said, more Christmas? I was like, yeah, I like my Christmas. So I have a lot, but I mean, we've been married 26 and a half years. It's 26 and a half years of collecting our own things. And then I got all my mom's Christmas, and she loved Christmas decorations. So it's just everywhere, and I love it. It's beautiful and fun. So that's done. We don't have any lights outside yet. Maybe in the next couple of days. I told my son Michael, it's like, if you can get the wooden kneeling Santa out today, we won't look so bah humbuggy. So we'll see if that happens. He's looking at me from across the way because he heard his name. And he knows that I have things for him to do. He just finished his semester yesterday. So anyway, between coughs and sprained ankles and just general busy. I'm back a month later. So I guess I should stop my chatter and start sharing what I have to share. So when you go a month, it's kind of hard because you forget what you talked about. So I had to go back and look at my video, but we're all good. Okay, so let me start with the fall finish I had. I showed you this last time. I was working on this in the last video, and then I probably shortly thereafter I finished it. I haven't written anything down in the last month of what I've done, so I'll just have to kind of try and piece together what I've done. Anyway, I had only just started the November wordplay from With Thy Needle and Thread. I didn't get the chart out, but it's November wordplay, Bridget Gervais, With Thy Needle and Thread, and I did finish it and FFO it. So there it is. I love it. So cute. I have the Christmas one, or the December one as well. I just don't have time for any more this year. I don't know that I'll do any more Christmas stitching. I think I need to be done and move on and FFO what I have, and just take a break until I might do one more. We'll see. Anyway, I FFO'd this. Did a little, I don't know, something or other with this ribbon here and a little button and an acorn charm. Here's the back. Love how that looks. So yeah, I had that out for Thanksgiving and the rest of November. And then I tucked it away. So pretty happy with that finish there. So pretty. So anyway, done. Let us see. What else did I do? Oh yeah, the other thing I worked on, I have another FFO, but I'll show you in a minute. I was kind of doing, what is it called? Whip Go. And I did pull out Mary Wigglesworth and work on her for a while. So I'll insert a picture of the chart here from Hands Across the Sea. Love this sampler. My friend April _heirlooms, she has a really beautiful finish of hers. I think hers is in the silks. Mine is in the DMC, which are beautiful. And then here's what I made. So I think I had only done like right there, and I had not done, I don't think I'd filled in this right here. So I had just like this done. So I made some good progress. I was really happy. Got those words done across the top and the border across, so that's how wide it'll be. Filled in that line, and then I put it away because I wanted to start something for Advent, which I will show you next. I'm just kind of going in time order here. Sometimes I break it up into like, well, here's my FFOs and here's my finishes and here's my rips, but we're just gonna go in timeline order today. Okay, so I gotta put that back away. But I wanted to start a really lovely chart that I happened upon when I was looking for another chart that I wanted to ask for Christmas from Northumberland's Sampler House on Etsy. There was a chart I wanted. It was so beautiful, and so I was looking for that chart, and I found another of hers that I actually bought, which I think is kind of funny because it's like, oh, here, I want this one over here for Christmas, but I'll just go ahead and buy this one myself right now. Anyway, we reason ourselves into all kinds of things. So anyway, I found this chart, and I honestly, I don't even think what it's called. It'll say it when I put the picture up here. How about I do that? I'll kind of run it by the bottom too. Okay, so here's the chart from Northumberland Sampler House. It's a really beautiful chart. And what struck me was the verse, for unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, etc., etc., that beautiful passage, which to me said Christmas and Advent. It just really felt like that, you know, something we hear during this Advent season, during Christmas. So the verse struck me, and then the bottom part, I loved the bottom part, that the color, the plants, I'm a mess today, the flowers and such. And then what struck me was the colors, the purples and the pink said to me Advent, because you know, when we have an Advent wreath, there's 3 purple candles and 1 rose colored candle, and those are the colors of Advent. And so that chart really said Advent to me. And so I bought that little chart and pulled the DMC for it, and I decided I was only going to stitch from the words down. So I don't know why I did not bring that all up here today. Anyway, and my needles in it. So let me show you the picture again, and I'm going to show it to you as like chopped off, like how I'm stitching it. So I'm not doing all the letters and stuff at the top. I'm doing a border and from the verse down. So I'll show you that. Okay, so that's what my version is going to be. I'm only going to do that portion. And I did add in another purple because so I was stitching, so this is how much I have done. So I'm going to pull this gold border across the top here that was only down the sides, so that'll finish it out across the top. So I've been working on the letters, and so the one color I changed is the color of the letters. I pulled another deeper, darker purple and put it in for the letters because I think it called for, here's all the pretty colors. I mean, don't those just say Advent to you? Look at those. Aren't they beautiful? 2 purples there, the pinks, the golds, the browns. So I think the letters were in this color, and I went ahead and pulled this darker purple to add more purple instead of this reddish. I'll use this elsewhere where it's called for probably, but I wanted to add this for the letters. So that's what I did. Aren't they beautiful? They're so shiny, pretty. So there is what I've been working on. So I'm gonna keep working on that till Christmas and see what I get done. And if I don't finish it, I'll pull it away, put it away, and work on it later. So anyway, I love that chart. They have some beautiful charts in that shop. So go take a look. I'll put a link in the drop-down box below. Okay, so next I'm going to show you the other thing I've been working on is the ornaments for my kids. So I bought this chart from Stony Creek, Tart Tin Snowflake Ornaments, and you could buy the little tart tins that they go in. You can see that very well. So I stitched all 6 of these, 1 for each of my kids and 1 for my son's girlfriend. So I did all the different ones, and I beaded for the first time. So proud of myself. Okay, so I figured it out. So let's see. So I put their initials and the year in backstitch on each of theirs. So like this is Andrew's. Okay, so I should. I'm always not sure. Andrews. Can you see my pretty beads? A little hard to see. Nicole's. I love adding the beads. It would be really pretty on the tree. Michael's. And so I did this on 18 count red Ada. Let's see, sorry. This is Jacob's. And this one is for my son's girlfriend. Aren't they pretty? I love how they turned out. So I opted for the red Ada instead of the blue. And so there's one more here, and I'll show you. So here are what the little tart tins look like. And there were 4 in a package, so I got 2 packages. So I have 2 left over. They're cute. They're real, just a thin little tin. I punched the holes in the top by myself. Proud of me. And then I've tied this red and gold, or red and white. So actually I don't know if I like the little, because it just kind of feels like it's unwinding itself and loosening, and I just don't like how it's looking. So I think before I fully finish this one, I'm going to take it out. And I think I'm just going to, there we are, we're still coughing. I'm going to go with this silver, like a DMC metallic, and put that on instead. And I think that'll look just really nice. So anyway, I have done one. Finished it. Put some batting under there. Gathered it, laced it up. That's what it looks like. And then I'm going to put a little batting behind it to pop it out a bit. That you won't see the string or whatever. I'm going to get this here in just a second. And so then that's what it'll end up looking like. So cute. Yeah, I need to finish these. But I got all the beading done. So that was fun, which then now I can bead my stockings. I've shown you these before, but I can start working on beading my 12 Days of Christmas stockings that I've completed. I've only done 4, and that's just where we're going to stop for this year. I'll pick them back up next year. Maybe I'll do 1 a month and get them all done. But I'm going to fully finish these and set aside my supplies in a container or a bag by itself so that I know what I used. So I think I showed you, and nobody caught me on this, but I think I showed you that I did fully finish one. Isn't it sweet? Again, this is all the DMCs that it's called for. Where's the chart? I don't know if I brought the chart over here. Oh well. It's all called for DMCs. And then, this is 36 count magical gray. And then I chose this really cute little print for the back. Really like that. Not quite Christmassy, but I mean it is, but it isn't. I just thought it was really sweet. It just kind of reminds me of the top part up here. So it's fully finished. All I did was, I think I did fusible fleece on the back. And then I just sewed it together. It doesn't have an opening at the top. Here's my hanger. And I'm gonna have some ribbon that I have right here that I'll tie at the top in a bow and put a little jingle ball on there, and it'll be done. So it's not super stiff. There's no cardboard in it, but that fusible fleece gives it some body. There's no hole in the top, so it is just as you see it. But guess what I did? I got so busy finishing and making sure my idea worked that I finished it fully before I put the beads on. So this one currently has no beads. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I really don't want to take it apart and have it ravel, and I just don't want to lose. I don't want to make a mess of it and then have to actually restitch the whole thing. So I am either going to try and, because I think where I sewed it up by hand is right here, and so I technically could get my thread and a knot through there and still bead it from the top. I think I can do that. We'll try that. And if it just doesn't work, then guess what? Number one won't have any beads on it. So, oh well, it'll always be a memory. But I do plan on beading the other three and all the others after that. So I did watch, I think Helen D. I had never beaded before. Helen D. had a little video out there about just all the supplies she had for her beading. And so I did, I had this box. I don't remember what I had in it. The little Lori Holt box that I've had. And I made myself a little beading box. So let's see what's in here. I found, at Hobby Lobby, I found these short size 10 beading needles. So those are perfect. I have a little metal pin disc or pin, I don't know where I got these, probably like maybe Harbor Freight. And so I have one of those in here to hold my needle, and I have a needle threader in case I need it. Haven't needed it so far. And then I have beads. So these are the beads from Hobby Lobby that I chose for the red ornaments. Some beads that a friend gave me. I have these beads and I have no idea what they're for. I have these beads and I have no idea what they're for. But these are the two beads that I need for the Annie Bees stockings. So that's all in my little box. And then I have I bought this in Hobby Lobby, and I just used some double-sided tape to tape it to the lid. Oh, I forgot to cover it. There's a little plastic thing that goes over it to protect it. But it's just a little sticky mat for beading, and the beads just kind of like stay on it, and you can pick it up with your needle. Anyway, that's my little beading kit, and so I've been having fun with that. So there's that. So I will bead. I'm going to attempt to bead that one stocking, and we'll see what happens. Ho hum. Okay. So then the next thing I did cross stitch related was I went to the Jingle Ball. So that was really fun. I enjoyed. I had originally only signed up for the $10 ticket to attend, and then I kept pondering and decided I did want to do the Stacey Nash chart as well. So I did sign up for that class. So I had a great time. I think it was a really fun idea. I think it's really well done. I felt like it was very seamless. It was not hard to move around or find what you wanted to do or needed to do. What did I enjoy most about it? I think the two things I enjoyed most about the Jingle Ball was the designer meet and greets, where you could sit there for an hour and listen to a favorite designer chat, and she would answer questions from the chat box if you had questions. So I did a couple of those, and I actually really enjoyed just sitting there listening. Teresa Kogut was one. It was just really fun to listen to her and her husband, and just kind of that was one of my favorite parts, actually. And I would say the next favorite part was the stitching room I was in. My time was limited as to what I could do and how much time I could devote to it that weekend, which is good since it was only $10 for the event itself. But I did get in a stitching room and had a really great time. I was in there with Trelly, the Spanish stitcher. She was in there. And so that was really fun. Hi, Trelly. And then I got Kim Goldman, the kid, in there. Kim Contented Needleworker. Hi, Kim. And met a bunch of other awesome ladies. And so that was a really fun thing to do. If I had more opportunity, I would have gone to another stitching room at other times, but I just kind of ran out of time over the weekend. It was just it was a long weekend, and I was tired too. So those things were really fun. I also enjoyed the opportunity to get Stacey Nash's chart and to take the class. Now, did I love the class? I liked it. And I could see where it might be really helpful for a lot of people. I think just with as long as I've been sewing and the fact that I'm not afraid to finish my own things for the most part and try something, I know I could have finished it. He's fine, really. I know I could have finished the needle book probably without the class. There were some good little tips here and there, so I did appreciate that. So really, I guess for me, I bought the privilege to get the chart early and stitch it before it was made available to the general public, which I really liked. Would I do it again? I don't know. I don't know if I'd do a class again. So would I do the whole Jingle Ball again? Maybe just the $10. I think I just have to know that whether I'll have time to devote to it or not. So anyway, it was a wonderful event. I had a wonderful time, and we'll just see what happens next year if I do it again. So, but I did, like I said, I did do Stacey Nash's class. I signed up for that. Oh, hold on. And so that was that Gingerbread House Sewing book. And I really was trying to have it. I decided pretty late that I was going to do this class. And so I was stitching like a mad woman, even during my stitching room time, to try and get it finished before the class. So I didn't get it finished before the class, but I got it finished during the beginning of the class. I finished the stitching, and then I was able to do most of the finishing while she was still on camera with the class, and then I just finished up the last little bits that evening. So I did finish it on the day of the class, just not during the class. So it was really fun to stitch. I love it. I used most of the called for colors. I did choose a different white so that it would stand out on my linen, and then I think I did not have the color whiskey for the windows on the inside of the windows, so I just looked up a comparable, did a conversion, and picked Classic Colorworks Fool's Gold, but everything else is the called for colors. So here we go. There's the front. So the white that I used is different, and then this is Fool's Gold in here, not whiskey. And so that's the front, and then there's the back. Love it. Isn't it cute? So sweet. I think Stacey Nash said that she loved the little mice. That might have been her favorite part. So the front and the back, Stacey, it was really impressive because Stacey actually when she stitched the pieces, she stitches everything by hand. So I didn't know that. That was a neat little tidbit to learn. I did mine on the machine, and then I closed them up at the bottom by hand. So I just chose this little print for the inside. Added some really pretty crinkle rayon seam binding there and a pair of old scissors. I did my pocket just a little bit differently. I picked a piece of wool that I had. Everything, I did not order the kit. I had all of the supplies. I figured I had fabric. I didn't do the linen that was called for the inside. I just picked cotton fabric, and she said you could do that. I had wool. I had a linen I figured would probably work for the outside. And I had the colors button. So hers was a double piece of wool for the pocket, and I just did a single piece of wool that opens up to make a little pocket. And so I sewed that on by hand. I sewed this wool on by hand, and then I stitched it together by hand out here to make the little book. So that's it. I did it. I finished my Jingle Ball project. I got a comment from Stacy on my Instagram, so that was fun. And I love it. It turned out adorable. So thank you, Stacy, for such an adorable pattern and a great class, and getting to hear all your tips, and I don't know, even just to see you hand stitch everything together was really fun. So it's really kind of a neat window into Stacy as a designer and a creator herself. And thank you to Wendy Stitches and everybody that did everything for the Jingle Ball. It was a lot of fun, and like I said, really, really well done. So if I feel like I have an open calendar that weekend next year, I definitely think I'll do the $10 again. So I had fun just listening to the designers and sitting in the stitching room, so that was a lot of fun. And I might have even enjoyed it more if I wasn't trying so hard to finish my project for the class. So anyway, that I think is all the stitching. Okay, so really the only other thing I've been working on has been the background for this applique. I showed you this last time. I've been collecting all the Blackbird Designs books. This one is called When the Cold Wind Blows. There's beautiful quilting projects in it. So I have this project here, and I showed you last time that I'm only doing this applique portion here, and I've actually changed up the background a little bit. So I haven't even had much time to work on this. It's just been really busy, but I'm almost done with the background. So I think I had this and this done last time, and I made progress putting that together. So making those little stars and putting it together. And so this will form the background for the applique. So I only have 5 more stars to make, and then I've only got 2 more columns to add, and then I can start the applique. So we'll see how far I get. So these are like ready to sew together. The green and red ones aren't. So here's a all red one that's ready to go together. And then here's 2 red and cream ones that are ready to go together. And then these are not ready yet, but these are the last 2 green and red ones. And then I already have bigger pieces of fabric cut, and I'll be able to put those together and then hopefully start on some applique here soon. That would be fun to work on these last couple weeks before Christmas and get that done. Have I bought anything other than the Stacey Nash pattern and that Advent pattern of the sampler? I don't think so. I downloaded a bunch of free charts off of the shop at the Jingle Ball, and then I bought 2 Stacey Nash. No, not 2 Stacey Nash. 2 Teresa Kogut. I bought a blue Santa, and then another one that was kind of older, but it was on sale. I think that's it. And then I have some fun frames to show you. So I do frame my own pieces of cross stitch. Kim has a great tutorial about cutting down frames and reconstructing them for the size that you need, and I do that, and she's been a great help to me learning how to do that. I think it's really pretty easy, and this is a girl that doesn't use power tools very often. works for me, and it's a great way to frame inexpensively and get my work on the wall, because I don't really have the money to spend on custom framing, and that's just me. So it's fine if you want to send your pieces off for custom framing, but you don't have to if you're willing to do a little math, get out the saw, and learn how to lace or pin or whatever. So I found this frame at an antique store for like $7 or $8, and I'm going to pop all this out here, so it'll be just the frame left. Take off the backing, take out the glass, and because I don't use glass, take out the glass and the innards, and I'll have a frame. And this is actually perfect as is for the light of winter, so I really would like to get that framed here really soon to get it on the wall. Now, the other frames that I picked up, and it's funny because I saw, I think it was Holly Jones, Mrs. Jones Stitches. She had maybe a post on Instagram yesterday or the day before about checking Hobby Lobby in the clearance area, because there's always clearance frames. And I do the very same thing. If I'm ever in Hobby Lobby or Michael's, I just don't go to Michael's very often. But if I'm in Hobby Lobby, there is always an area or two, sometimes I've found them in 2 different places at Hobby Lobby, where they mark down their cast off custom frames. So custom frames that I guess people have requested and then rejected for some reason. So we're talking, you know, nice frames, expensive frames, and they mark them down sometimes. Sometimes I'll pass by because I still feel like they're too expensive. But I found 3 recently that I was really excited to find. So, and I can't always see the original price. Sometimes it'll be on here. But this is a beautiful frame, and it was $6.57. Isn't it really pretty? So I don't know why it got rejected. It does have a little mark right here, which I can fill in, or it may get chopped off. Isn't that pretty? So I picked up that one. This one was $9.46. I mean, it had been marked down. At some point it was marked down to $23, and then I got it for $9.46. Really beautiful black frame. Lovely. That was a good one. And then a big one. Nice size. And that is not the right price. It was not, oh, there it is. $13.47. So this one's a little more expensive, but it's a beautiful frame. And it's big. So I could possibly even get 2 out of this for $13. It's really pretty. That's a big one. So, you know, I just check them, and if I see something I like, I'll grab it if it feels like a good price. Like I said, sometimes they're still too expensive for what I want. When I go to Goodwill or an antique store, you know, Goodwill, characteristically, they're $5, $6, $7, $8, $9. So I felt like those were pretty good prices for a custom frame. So yeah, I got those. And I think that's it. So I'm reading a really good book right now. I think I told you I finished Jane Eyre. I don't remember where I think I said that on Instagram. But I finished reading Jane Eyre. I think I read it forever and ever ago. But now it is my second favorite book of all time. Second after Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. So Jane Eyre comes in at number 2. Fabulous, fabulous book. Then right now I picked up a book called, is it Bright as Heaven? As Bright as Heaven? Anyway, I'll put a picture of it right here. And by Susan Meisner, and it's just a really, really good book. It has to do with the time of Spanish flu and a family and how it affected them here in the United States in Philadelphia in 1918. So I'm really enjoying that. It's a really good book. So I will be reading, I will be finishing ornaments, I will be stitching a sampler, hopefully finishing this background for my applique and starting on some of that, and I'm done with the decorating. So now I'm just waiting for all the kids to come home. My middle child, my third child, second son, Andrew, he came home for a little while and then he turned around and left yesterday to go with a group of his buddies from the Corps, backpacking and camping out in way far West Texas in the Guadalupe Mountains. So they are currently on their way, probably get there around 2 this afternoon and start their adventure, and hopefully they all come back in one piece this weekend. So he's came home for a bit and now he's gone, and then he'll be back. Let's see, Jacob finishes his last law exam tomorrow and he'll be home by like 6 tomorrow, so I'm excited about that. And then I myself, everybody else is going to stay home, but I myself am flying Monday morning up to Kansas to spend a couple nights with my daughter Nicole as she finishes up her last couple exams. And I will stay with her, and then she and I will drive back on Wednesday the 18th and do that together. So really looking forward to all that. And then we'll all be home and we have lots of things to bake and eat and movies to watch, and we're really looking forward to it. So I hope you have a blessed Christmas, that the time with your family is beautiful and wonderful, creating memories, and I'll be praying for you, and I hope to see you at the end of the year or early in the new year with a whip parade and some other fun. So anyway, until then, Merry Christmas, and I will hopefully we'll all stop coughing by then. But it tends to be a lingering one, so watch out. But we will see you again soon, and God bless you.
Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.